Oh my Gojo freaking Satu. Gojo may return on Christmas Eve. These might be the best hints toward his honored heaven and earth return. Trust me, you need to watch this. First point being, it has been theorized that the number 7 has been a number Gege intended to be related to Gojo. Gojo was born on December 7th. He is based on Buddha, who took 7 steps north to enlightenment on his 29th birthday. Gojo's physical body is about to experience being 29 in a few hours if you take away the time he spent in the prison realm. It's been said that Gojo is often 7 to 8 minutes late. There are 7 lotus flowers in the panel in chapter 236. Gojo is in the cover of Shibuya Incident Part 7 on page 7 of the volume, which is chapter 89, and he was also born on December 7th, 1989, as well, with 2 halos above his head. And if we go by a theory created by Kyle Scouter on Twitter or X, Takaba's fight will last 7 chapters, and Gojo's fight with the disaster curses in Shibuya arc lasted 7 chapters as well, which could be a hint to Gojo taking his 7 steps north. 1 chapter is equal to 1 step. All of those chapter titles would correspond with the chorus of Bobobo's opening song, which we already know Gege referenced the series Bobobo with Gojo's death, basing it on a character who dies and comes back to life. Chapter 241 released on November 5th. Previous week was a break. So chapter 242 will release November 19th. We know that Gege usually releases 3 chapters, then takes a break. This is how we might expect it to go. Chapter 242 will release on November 19th with the title Rise Up. Chapter 243 will release on November 26th with the title Soar. Chapter 244 will release on December 3rd with the title Cry and Scream. And then we will have break on December 10th. Chapter 245 will release on December 17th with the title Be Boisterously Noisy. And this would be the last chapter if the rest actually do correspond with the chorus. I believe Takaba's adult plus younger self sharing a conversation was foreshadowing for the same happening with Gojo. Many noted that the Gojo we saw in chapter 236 was more of teenage Gojo than Gojo Sensei we know. It would make sense that it was not intended to be the last time we saw him. In fact, next time we'll see Gojo's adult plus younger self talk to each other, which influences his decision to go north. The same way Takaba asked himself, why did I become a comedian? Gojo will also ask himself, why did I become a jujutsu sorcerer? Or maybe, why did I become the strongest? What do you think Gojo will say to this question? Let me know in comments. When we saw Nanami in the last moment before his death, he chooses to go south. But this won't be the same case for Gojo, because even Nanami himself recognizes that he came back for vague reasoning. By he, I mean Gojo. But Gojo had a dream, which is more of a concrete ideal, one you can't let go of so easily if given the opportunity to choose. Realize that he never seized the opportunity to truly achieve his dream, even though he got the label of the strongest. And if chapter 246 releases on Christmas Eve, the first chapter after Takaba's battle is over, that could be the chapter we see Gojo's heaven and earth return. And the one who was called the strongest will have perished, so Gojo Satoru could live. Referencing the Gojo and Geto breakup scene. If Takaba is related to Gojo's comeback, then Gojo would likely appear in Iwate and be the one to defeat Kenjaku, the one who possesses his best friend's body. Since we know that Takaba himself somehow transported to Iwate himself, and Kenjaku seems to not know how Takaba appeared and assumed it may have to do with her teleportation technique, we can consider the fact that the one who teleported Takaba could potentially teleport Gojo to Iwate as well. Or Gojo may go himself. We don't know. We already had tons of foreshadowing that Gojo will face Kenjaku through arts and the chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen itself, and this way Gojo could face Kenjaku, and this also gives Yuji the opportunity to defeat Sukuna by himself. Gojo will rise once again. Comment Copium gang and tell me what do you think about this theory. That's it for now. Until then, peace. Or maybe not.